and the ship, and you'll see the size of it. Because over time, over the years, but we're not being really. I find it moving out. So there's a lot of people that are clued into certain parts of this entire picture. One of my channels, I was given an alphanumeric designation, which is really, that's kind of like, even if you're trying to do something yourself, you'd never get it right. It's a few digits and numbers together. We put it into NASA the next day, and it's a planet out there. And and NASA's comment is that this is a planet that could possibly bear life, and it's not that far away, kind of a thing.
Yeah, Geoffrey, hold on a second. This is Said David Foreman, Alien Shift, alienshift.com, SHIFT, Alien Event, alienevent.com. Our event in Los Angeles, Alchemy event. Please log into Alchemy Event, EVENT.com, and purchase your tickets. We will bring Mr. Geoffrey Faulkner online to the event to explain more about his visions and contacts. He has been a Palladian contactee. And Mr. Faulkner, the Earth 2, is this some planet they brought into our solar system? Or what do you think? What's your ET contact was telling you about the Earth 2, that we're going to be moved to Earth 2, and the Illuminati will stay in Earth 1. So that's a big celebration day for all of us to leave Illuminati and Freemasons and say goodbye to their one-eyed God and worship our God of Abraham.
Exactly. Exactly. That last 2 years, that the Palladians, and there's actually a council of 7 nations out there, and the Arcturians are another one. There's 5 more. These are the ones that are working for us right now. If there's no disclosure coming out, as they've told the governments to bring disclosure up as soon as possible, if it's not done by next spring, we'll be seeing a lot of UFO presence in our atmosphere. Nothing's threatening. They're going to do flybys, make it very obvious that they're here, so the government has to deal with it. Now, the government's been told this, and what's this now? It's spread news, because no response to that spraying.
Apparently, we're losing signal, and we have interference. Geoffrey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Go ahead. You were saying, yeah.
Okay, now usually a lot of my shows are hacked, so this is the first time it's happened. And it's interesting that they're doing it, or it's happening right now. This friend of mine, Marty Dufresne, he came up with the answer, and everybody's kind of running with it now about the chem spray. Is that, I forget, I'm not the chemical kind of a scientific guy, but there's some aluminum that's in the spray apparently that they have found. And it's interesting because all the particles in the air basically could end up being reflective, like to handle the 3D impressions with blue beam, so they could basically project up into the atmosphere.
Who is going to project, the government or the ET?
What's that? Oh no, the government.
Okay, keep going.
The government. Yeah, so they could basically project just like at a drive-in theater, for those who remember them. Is that it's on the camera and it shoots through the air and it hits the screen. It's the same kind of a thing. And that's what blue beam, I believe, is. So they're kind of putting the fear out, because they're expecting a lot of UFOs to come into our atmosphere next year, because the Palladians and the other 6 have told them they will make their presence known. So they know that they're coming. So they're obviously still not wanting to do a disclosure. It's like a friend said to me the other day. He's really peed off about a lot of things. I said, well, there's an astronaut that once said, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And this is what the Illuminati, everybody else, is really worried about. History repeats itself. We can all remember back in history to the French Revolution and places like this, so they may have a lot of technology and they had the game going, but the point is that there's also a huge amount of numbers of people here. The armies aren't their armies. The air forces aren't their air forces. They fund them. They give them the toys. But when it comes down to it, these are our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, our fathers, our mothers. And I think that they understand that if there's enough of an awakening out there. I don't think the military will turn on their own members. So
our group put
down and
grand
consciously, and that thing tells me in my 18 that told me during until that last 2 years, 2016 to 2018, is that that's when a lot will be taken off. The Jesus vision, which I put everything I believe in into that because I just will never question that. It's been too accurate. Is that Jesus' vision is simply that 2/3 of the population are gonna pass through the transition. And you know what? We're born onto this planet, David, and we they physically die when we leave, and our spirit goes back to God. Well, it's the same thing. Not everybody that's here is going to go basically to reseed the new earth. The ones that are reseeding the new earth are the most highly ascended. Um, Everybody talks about star seeds, and believe me, I think you know enough by talking to me. I don't come from ego. What I'm doing here with what I'm doing is this is what I do, and I know I've done this before in a different world. And we have to understand it's God's plan. God has had planet after planet after planet, and we go on for our evolutionary learnings for each planet. And with our bodies, planets die, our bodies die, or we get to the place where the people that aren't learning or of the dark energy stay here and work out their karma. And the rest of us either go home back to God as spiritual beings, or the ones that keep physical form at the end, or the ones that are taken off, just like is going to happen this time, to the next